Hello, students and viewers. So, again, come back to our chapter mitosis. So, here, see, I have given one diagram where I have kept the all the phases which are included under mitosis. So, just do remember the mitosis clues, that is PMAT, right? So, P stands for prophase, M stands for metaphase, A stands for anaphase, and T stands for telophase, PMAT, right? So interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So likewise, these are the phases of mitosis. Again, see, this is very clear image of mitosis, I can say. Let me take this pointer. So this one is interphase, where you can see here, this is the nuclear envelope, which is going to disintegrate. Then inside to this, these are the chromatin. So please do remember, students, when this uh, chromatin present within the nucleus, right, it is in a thread condition, very long thin fiber like structure, we call them as a chromatin. Afterwards, this chromatin, they are going to condense to form a chromosome. So during these cell cycles, this chromatin is going to convert into a condensed thick structure. We call them as a chromosome, which carries DNA or hereditary information in them. So this chromatin is very long structure which further condenses, and then this chromosome, they are going to form their pairing, then they are pulled apart from each other, and then again cell plate formation takes place, and finally this last phase, that is telophase, is going to occur. So likewise means this interphase is having these uh, disappearing nuclear envelope with long thin thread like structure is chromatin, and here you can observing this is a actually is nucleus, sorry, nucleolus. So here this single structure is nothing but what, this is a nucleus structure, right? And inside it, this is the small, this is a nucleolus is present, right? So this is a interphase. Now when the same cell is coming to the next, that is a prophase, right? So during this prophase, chromatin is going to convert into a thick structure to form a chromosomes, and this chromosome, they are having again its a central part, that is nothing but chromomeres, and these are the chromatid of single chromosome. This is what chromatid. So as I'm uh, giving these names with the help of mouse, handwriting is not that much proper, please consider it. And in the centrally placed, this is a centromere, right? Centromere, which is having the arms of chromosomes are nothing but what, chromatids, and the centrally placed portion, this portion is called as centromere, right? Now here the nuclear envelope is totally disappears. It's disappearing here. Here it see it starts disappearing, and here in the prophase it's disappearing, right? Now when this same prophase is enters into a early metaphase, right? So in a early metaphase, these chromosomes, they are moving towards the middle line, okay, middle line of a cell, and hence this is called as early metaphase. In a late metaphase, this all these chromosomes within their centromere, they are attached or they are aligned in a central line, okay. So meta is nothing but a middle line. So on a middle line, these chromosomes, they are aligned. So this is the distinguishing characteristic of these metaphase. All the chromosomes, they are aligned in a middle. Now the same cell, when they are approaching towards the next phase, here you can see that from this centromere, these chromatids, they are pulling to the opposite poles. Okay, this is one pole and this is the another pole. So this part, this particular part, this particular chromatin, they will pull towards this pole, and this chromatids, they will pull towards this pole. So likewise, single chromosome, it's separating out and it's giving its half of the chromatids towards the up and half towards down. So likewise, you can observe here, this is the chromatid part of this chromosome. Suppose we combine this again, that will going to form the single chromosome. So likewise, half portion or half chromatid with the centromere is going to move towards the opposite direction. So this is the early anaphase, I can say. So when the late anaphase will occur, all this will pull, or it will appear nearby these opposite poles. Now, when the same cell is moving towards the next phase, that is early telophase, here all these chromatids will be having towards the opposite pole. And here what I said, in case of prophase, the nuclear envelope is disappears, right? Here in this early telophase, now nuclear membrane is going to again reappears. Okay, are you observing this dot like structure? So this dot like structure is nothing but, this is again the nuclear envelope, or I can say a nuclear membrane is going to again reappear. And again you can see here the cell plate, right? Cell plate is going to form within this, and due to this cell plate is nothing but what, this is again the ferro which is developed with the help of the spindle fibers. And then cell plate, with the help of the cell plate, again the cell is, one cell is going to divide into two. So see here in the late telophase, this cell plate going further, and it's going to attach to the outermost wall of the cell, and hence the one cell divided into a two cell. Here the nuclear envelope again going to uh, prepare fully, and we have again this nuclear envelope, nucleolus again its forms. And the whatever the chromosomes we have observed, or we are saying here now chromosome chromatid, now the same chromatin, these chromosomes or the chromatid, they are going to convert into again a thin long thread like structure, we call it as chromatin. So whatever the chromatin, they are converted into a chromosome, and again chromosome, they are converted into a thin thread like structure into a chromatin fibers. So likewise, single cell undergoing these all these phases, right? So I'm not going to explain this only within this single diagram. In detail, again we are going to discuss one each of these phases. So let's begin with it. So see here, so mitosis is the type of cell division in which one cell, or we call it as mother cell, divides to produce two new cells. So two new cells, we call them as daughter cells, and that are genetically identical to itself. So for take example in case of maize, right? So maize is nothing but what, our corn plant, right? So you might have heard sweet corn, right? So this maize plant, it has the chromosome number 20, right? So in a single cell, it will have this 2n number. We can say it is 2n number. 2n number is going to remain as it is, right? In a daughter cells, this chromosome number is not going to reduce. If chromosome number going to reduce, or if the chromosome number is going to increase in a daughter cell, then there may be a some kind of abnormalities is going to occur within the plant. Or even in case of animals also, if the chromosome number is going to increase or chromosome number going to decrease, then we have some cancerous cells in our body, right? And we have different kind of cancers, and this is the result of only the chromosome number. So cell has to be specific, and cell has to be observed whether the cell which is going to form from the mother cell has specific number of chromosome or not. So that is the duty of a particular cell, to observe this specific number of chromosome. Take another example. We have onion with us, right? So onion is nothing but Allium cepa. In maize plant, the botanical name is Zea maize, right? So as you are BSc student, you must have to remember botanical names. So maize, Zea maize is the botanical name of maize plant, right? So in case of onion, the genus is Allium, right? Allium cepa. Allium cepa is the botanical name of onion. So we have the chromosome number of onion is 16. So suppose this single cell of onion is going to divide by a mitotic way, so that will gives you 16 number only. So through mitosis, now here we have seen that by taking these two examples, this maize will gives only a maize cells which has the identical chromosome number, as well as in the onion we have 16 number of chromosome which is coming from a mother cell. So same number of chromosome in a daughter cell. So obviously, as the same number of chromosomes are there, it is identical to their parents. There is no any change within their genetical makeup. Now, stages of mitosis. So as I have seen you, what is the shortcut you have to remember? PMAT, right? So PMAT. You have to remember this shortcut or the trick to remember the stages of mitosis. So P stands for prophase, M stands for metaphase, A stands for anaphase, and T stands for telophase. Right? So before that again you have to remember this phase, that is interphase, and the last phase is cytokinesis. Right? So interphase I have discussed in my earlier lecture. Interphase again it has the three phases, which are those. So G1 gap 1 phase, synthesis phase which stands for S phase, and G2 phase. So likewise interphase, right? So interphase takes the longest time of a cell, and then it's proceed further for mitosis. Mitosis going to occur within, see how much less time we have to complete these stages, only 2 to 4 hours. In a many plants we are observing that only within 2 hours this cell is having these mitotic phases. How many? Only 2 hours. See, within 2 hours, it's going to form from a chromatin into a chromosome, then chromosome converted into a daughter chromatid cells, then chromatid cells again it's come to the middle place, that is in a metaphase, then it's moving towards the opposite pole in anaphase, and then the lastly it is going to extremely opposite phase in a telophase, and then cell is going to divide into a two cells. So see, in within these 2 hours cell has to prepare, cell takes that much of speed, and that speed with this again its accuracy. Okay, cell has not doing any mistakes, or it's not having any kind of mistakes like us, like human beings, right? So a cell has a specific that much of accuracy, so that the chromosome numbers are eventually and with the accuracy they are placed from a mother cell towards the daughter cells. So let's begin with each of these phase in detail. So see here prophase, again prophase see divided into a three phases: early prophase, middle prophase, and late prophase. So as I said, this prophase is the first phase after interphase. Okay, this is the first phase after interphase, or this is the post interphasic phase, that is prophase. So here see, here you are observing this is the cell having this nucleus, and this is the thin thread like structure, that is the chromatin. This is the nucleolus of that particular cell. This is chromatin fibers. Now this in a early prophase, this is the setting the phase for division of chromosome. So it's getting ready for further divisions. So chromosome starts to condense. So as I said, as I explained you, these chromatin fibers, they are going to condense to form which structure? To form chromosomes. So mitotic spindle begins to form. Again, see, spindle fibers, they are very very important to place or to hold these chromosomes in a center, or to divide these chromosomes further. So again nucleolus disappears. So whatever the nucleolus you are observing over here, that is going to disappear within this prophase. Now coming to the late prophase, see here, this late prophase is also called as what? Pre-metaphase. Why it is called as pre-metaphase? Because this is the pre, or this is the premier, or the previous phase of metaphase, and hence we called it as pre-metaphase. And this here, see, this chromosome became even more condensed, so they are very compact. So here we are observing very thin thread like structure. We call this thin thread like structure as a chromatin fiber, and now same thread like structure is going to form likewise. Okay, let me change the color of my pen so that you will get it. See here, this particular structure is going to form from this thread like structure. Getting? So here what you are observing here, see, you are going to observe this is the central portion, and will have this structure, right? So this is a single chromosome which has four chromatids. See, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So likewise, four chromatids will have in a single chromosome. This is the centrally placed. This is called as what? Chromomere. Okay, whatever the centrally placed portion, this is the chromomere which holds the chromatids, right? These are the chromatids. Please do remember, I will not write the name over there. These are the chromatids, this is the centromere, right? And likewise from these thin threads the chromosome is going to form. So hence we have written over here, it is even more condensed, and it's they are very very compact. Now nuclear envelope breaks down here, so it starts disappearing. In early prophase what we said, they are start disappearing. Here now it is nuclear envelope, it breaks down and releasing the chromosomes. Now chromosomes will come from this nucleus, right? Where it will come, now they will reside or they will come within the cytoplasm, right? Now they are releasing from this nucleus, and they will come to the cytoplasm. The mitotic spindle grows more, and some of the microtubules start capture these chromosomes. See, now come to the next phase, that is metaphase. Now see here, first come to this diagram, then I will explain this right up. So you can see here all these chromosomes what we have seen earlier in the earlier phase. So that is appears in the middle line. See, suppose we draw here the single middle line, all the chromosomes they are resides in this middle line, right? And you can observe here, this is the one pole and this is the another pole, and whatever the threads this you are observing, these are the spindle fibers. Okay, so these are what? These are spindle fibers of that particular cell which holds the chromosomes to the center, right? So these spindle fibers, they are attached to which structure of this chromosome? Chromomere. Okay, some spindle fibers they are transferring from one pole to another pole without attaching to chromosomes, but many spindle fibers are there which are running from this one pole, they are attaching to the centromere of the chromosome, and again it going to attach towards here. So there are again types of spindle fibers are there, but this is not in your study in your FYBSc, right? So plus just do remember, these are the spindle fibers which holds these chromosomes in the center, है ना? And that's why this phase It's called as what? Metaphase. All the chromosomes, they are aligned in a middle line. So now see here, the metaphase is defined. Let me change the color of my pen. So here, metaphase defined as the point at which all the chromosomes, their pairs are fully condensed and attached to the mitotic spindle and align at the center. So here is the correct, within the scientific words you have to write the definition of metaphase, right? So all the chromosome pairs are fully condensed. They should be fully condensed, should be there. There should not be a chromatin. They should be a chromosome, right? So they should be attached to the mitotic spindle. So as I said, this, they should attach the spindle fiber and they should aligned. They should arranged at the center. So that is a metaphase. Then come to the next point. Chromosomes are completely condensed and can be seen under microscope. So every time we have conducting this practical in our laboratory, but due to corona now, this is very unfortunate to have to conduct this offline way. But this, just believe me, we have taken, we are always taking this onion root tip to show you all these phases. This is very important and very, I can say, useful practical to see all these stages in a real way under the microscope. So but as due to this pandemic situation, we are learning this, all these theory as well as practical in a online mode. Just do remember this, under microscope these chromosomes, all these are visible and you are observing this. They are placed in a middle, they are going towards the opposite pole, then they are moving towards the telophase, even prophase, means all the phases are clearly visible under microscope under 40x. No, I'm not talking about 100x. Under 40x all these phases are clearly visible if your stain is proper, right? If your stain is proper, then all these phases are clearly visible. Now see the next point of this metaphase. This nuclear envelope disintegrates, now is totally disintegrates, and chromosomes are present in a cytoplasm. So as I said, these chromosomes which are present previously within the nucleus, now they are coming towards where they are coming and they are aligned within cytoplasm. Now sister chromatids, they are attached to each other at centromere. So see here, let me change the color of my pen. So this is the centromere and this is the chromatin, right? This is what? This is centromere. And these are chromatids. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are chromatids and this is centrally placed what? Centromere. Means all these sister chromatids. Why we call sister chromatid? Because this is the part of single chromosome, right? They are equal in length and they are unit of single chromosome. Hence we called it as what? Sister chromatids, right? So sister chromatids are attached each other at centromere by a protein complex called cohesin. So with the help of cohesin which are present within the centromere, these chromatids are attached together. So microtubules bind to kinetochore of sister chromatids. This kinetochore is multi-protein complex attached to each centromere. See, so kinetochore again which helps to attach this centromere. Sister chromatids get attached to kinetochore microtubule coming from opposite poles. See. Then microtubules attach to kinetochore pull sister chromatids back and forth until they get aligned at equatorial plate or metaphase plate in middle of the cell. So here the microtubules which are attached to kinetochore again, right? So this kinetochore, where it is present within this centromere, right? So kinetochore is nothing but what? It is again one kind of protein which is attached to centromere. So what is the role of this kinetochore? Is kinetochore means this makes this chromosome, this back and forth, right? It's moving these chromosomes until and unless all the chromosomes they are aligned at a central or a middle line, right? So metaphase ensures an equal division of chromosomes in a daughter cells. So this metaphase it's ensure us the equal division of chromosomes, because see, with the help of this centromere, now chromatid, half chromatid parts is moving towards up and half towards down. So this metaphase ensure us to having the equal division of chromosome in a daughter cells. So karyotyping is generally done at this stage of for a research and finding chromosomal abnormalities. So see students, if some abnormalities will be there, then that abnormalities of the chromosomes that has been detected out with the help of karyotype. So karyotype is nothing but what? It is again one kind of research where the chromosomes are aligned within their ascending or descending order, right? So small, this is very smallest chromosome which is placed, and then here it is bigger, 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 and finally it's a biggest chromosome is placed. So likewise in their ascending or descending order the chromosomes are placed, and then the uh, whatever the abnormalities they are present within this chromosome, then they are detecting out, and the further this study is carried out with the help of chromosomes. So such study of chromosome is called as what? Karyotype study. So this is done within the metaphase of the mitosis. Now come to us next phase, that is anaphase. Now anaphase, what it happens in anaphase? Now what we have seen in a metaphase, all the chromosomes they aligned in the center, right? Now that chromosome that has the centromere in the center, which is attached with the help of spindle fiber. Now the half portion, or we can say the half chromatids, they are moving towards this part, right? And half will move towards this. So let me draw here in a larger. They are attached like this, right? Let me change the color of my pen. So now here, just see here. So likewise, this half will move toward this pole, and this half will move towards this pole, right? So likewise during this anaphase, these daughter chromosomes they are separating out, they are pushed towards the opposite pole, they are pulled towards this opposite pole. So that is the main intention of this anaphase, right? So all this is done by which protein? Motor protein. In previous phase, metaphase, which protein we have seen? Kinetochore and cohesin, right? So kinetochore and cohesin, that the protein which helps to align chromosomes in the center. Now in a anaphase stage, which protein they are helping us? Motor proteins. These proteins helping us to move these sister chromatids towards their opposite pole. Now see here, this anaphase further subdivided into early, middle and late anaphase. So depending on the movement of chromosomes towards this opposite pole, these again anaphase divided into early anaphase, middle anaphase and late anaphase. Come towards the next phase, telophase. Now see here, telophase, during this telophase what happens? Now nuclear membrane and nucleoli. So in a prophase what we have seen? Nuclear membrane disappears and nucleolus also disappears, right? Now telophase, where this is the opposite phase of which phase? Prophase. See here in the last third line what I have written over here? Reverse of prophase. So whatever the characteristics of prophase has, now that is totally opposite in a telophase. So in a telophase, nuclear membrane and nucleoli they are going to form, and cytokinesis nearly complete. Cytokinesis, cyto is the cell, kinesis is the division, right? So here the division, you can see here the cell plate naming is given over here, and cell plate is going to form. Which cell plate? With the help of this cell plate, the single cell is going to divide into two, and here again we have, as this sister chromatid they are moving towards this one pole, and this is the opposite pole. And now here it will have their own nuclear membrane, their own nucleoli in each of this cell, right? So usually cytokinesis occurs during telophase, the division of cytoplasm to form naive to daughter cells. So likewise in a telophase, this this nuclear membrane reappears, nucleoli reappears, cytokinesis again occur, and from one cell it's going to divide into two. Now, see here again I have placed one image that is onion root tip, that is allium. So as I mentioned you, allium cepa. This is the species name, right? Allium cepa. The common name is onion, right? So in a practically what we used to do is we have, suppose this is the onion, just imagine this is the rough diagram and this is the roots, right? So here what we are used to do, let me take change the color of my pen. So here only we are taking this tip portion of roots of onion. And then what we are used to do is we are adding 1 or 2 drops of acetocarmine. We are heating those only, not heating, we are warming up these onion root tips only for 1 minute, and then we are placing acetocarmine in it, and then placing cover slip, and with the help of our thumb we are pressing that particular root tip, and then we are observing first at 10x, then observing under 40x. So under 40x you will have this kind of phases. See, so whatever right now I have explained, same phases we are going to observe in a real way in a onion root tips. So after having this you will get the real images of all these stages what we learned right now. So in real sense I can say yes, these are the phases which are occurring in a real way, and see how much time, less time it's having for uh, completing these phases of these cycle, right? So as I said, in a 24 hours the total only 2 to 4 hours is given for actual mitosis phase, for actual happening this prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase as well as cytokinesis. So within a less span this cell is ready to do its division and to give the specific number of chromosome to its daughter cells. So likewise in a real sense you are going to observe, you can observe this is the metaphase. See here student, whatever we have observed in a diagrammatic manner, okay, for to make the very clear the diagrams are prepared, but in real sense see here how the chromosomes they are arranged in the middle, right? So you have to observe all this. Now this chromatid, see here, this is the single chromatid, it starts preparing or starts moving towards the opposite pole. Are you observing these opposite faces of the chromatids? So likewise they are moving towards the opposite pole. So this is the early anaphase. This is again clear cut, it is anaphase. This is the late anaphase where these chromatids they are placed towards the opposite pole. And now here see, you can observe here this is the cell plate which is going to form over here. So we can say this is the telophase of that particular cell, and now this finally this undergone to a complete. Now see here there is no any chromatid like structure here. Now you can observe any this chromatin structures. So you can say this is the late telophase of that cell. So likewise in a real way, uh, means you would have observed in a lab, but now due to corona we are unable to conduct this practical, but please do remember all these phases of a mitosis. So last part of this chapter is significance of mitosis. So see here, it helps in maintaining the same number of chromosomes in daughter cells after division. It is responsible for growth and development of multicellular organism, right? So growth and development it occurs of a multicellular organism, and it helps in maintaining same number of chromosomes. So as I have explained you earlier, if the mother cell is has 16 number, then it's going to form two cells which has 16 only. There is no any change in the chromosome number. If the chromosome number is going to change, then there will be compulsory some kind of abnormality will be occurring within the particular cell, right? So same number of chromosome is going to have in a daughter cell after division. So that is the first significance of mitosis. Then second is it's responsible for growth and development of multicellular organisms. So as I said you, this again, yes, it's responsible for growth and development. From the small seedling is going to form a huge tree. So that is result of what? That is the result of mitosis, right? So it again, see, third, it helps in repairing of damaged tissue. So if some wound is occur to the plant, or if suppose we cut any leaf or any fruit or any flower, then again that part is repaired with the help of formation of new cells, right? So likewise repairing work is done by again mitosis. So mitosis is the cell division through which the damaged tissue is repaired, right? Then it helps the cell to maintain proper size. Again, see, proper size maintained with the help of mitosis. There should not be any again variations, right? So specific proper size is again maintained with the help of this mitosis type of cell division. So mitosis is important for sexual reproduction indirectly. Now see why it is again indirectly how it important for sexual reproduction, because for take for example, suppose we are sowing this particular seed in a this soil, right? This that seed will generate into a small seedling, and small seedling, suppose it would have to go for sexual reproduction, then say this particular plant should have the flowers on it, right? Until and unless there will not be a androecium and gynoecium, it will not be going to form, or it will not be going to ready for sexual reproduction, right? And to reach that particular stage of flowering, plant has to grow, right? Plant has to grow itself. So mitosis is this division which helps the particular plant to reach till the sexual reproduction. So likewise mitosis is the important for sexual reproduction indirectly. So lastly, mitosis allows to grow and develop sexually reproducing organism from single cell into sexually mature individual. So likewise, we have seen the significance of mitosis, and I have explained you in detail about the all stages of mitosis. Thank you very much for patience listening. If you have any kind of doubt, feel free to ask me. So thank you very much for patience listening.